This is not financial advice. I tell you about your oven mitts, baby, because it's about to get hot in the kitchen. I want to start off by saying make sure you talk to a licensed financial advisor in your area. Investing carries risk, but I also want to say I'm thankful for you and I'm grateful for you. And I want you to think of all of the things that you are and not all of the things that you may feel you are not. Today is a day to be grateful, family. I'm grateful for you. Hit the like button, hit subscribe if you haven't done so already, and let's talk about it. Who am I? For those of you that don't know, I'm Keenan Grace. I'm someone who has made a substantial amount of money and achieved financial freedom in the stock market. I was able to get my mother a home. I was able to retire my wife in her 20s. I was able to do a whole lot, and I'm trying to help you learn how to do these same things. And I'm doing a free Black Friday webinar that you gotta secure your seat for. The link is gonna be in the top of the description. I do not want to miss you there. There, I'm gonna show you how to make money in the stock market and find undervalued stocks, but also find money when the market is falling down. Just recently on a live stream, we just made over $470, a 32% return, and this had to happen in maybe 5 minutes. We got in that one. Then the market got a little more choppy, and then we were able to get into another one and made 182. This all happened in the span of about 10 minutes. That sounds like a really good day to me, but I want to show you how to do these things. And notice the market was actually coming down when we were doing this, and it was actually extremely easy to do. But again, I'll put you up on game. But remember, the market don't fall forever, so you got to know when to switch and play it up. We switched and played it up and made another $300 on Nvidia. All in, we made a really solid amount of money in a short amount of time. And then you got to live the whole rest of your day rather than working like a slave. That's what I call financial freedom. But I want to put you up on some stocks that I'm looking at, particularly this one. It's MNST. It's Monster Beverage. They're currently a $75 stock, and they have a market cap of $73 billion. So they actually are a big company, but they still have room to keep moving up. And I'm gonna put you up on game as to why that is. I want you to understand, I'm not looking at this one necessarily only at the $75 range. There's two prices that I want you to pay attention to. The first price is gonna be your $65 level. If we see that, then we're gonna try to get in the $50 range, because that is where it has historically been able to bounce up and go kind of crazy and hit a 50% return. And then another one I'm looking at in terms of the range is the $76 level, because if we breaking above that, then we very well likely could head to a new resistance. But I want to tell you what that is, and I'll give you that number in a second. Take a look at what's going on with them. Monster Beverage, after a strong 37.7% rally, are now expanding into alcohol. What does that mean? So those of you who at home who know, Monster Energy is what people drink for energy drinks and everything, just similar to Red Bull. So you notice how people like to get a Red Bull and they like to drink liquor with it at the same time? You don't got to be into liquor. You don't got to understand none of that. But if you understand that they're making money because people are actually buying into these things, then it only makes sense that the company could potentially keep going higher. And I want to show you one of the things that actually drew me in. And I want to actually ask you, when you look at a company, do you go actually look at their products? When you go and try to buy Apple stock, do you look at what their iPhones are selling for? When you buy Amazon stock, do you go and check how Amazon Prime is performing and what it costs right now? I'm looking at Monster, and they're saying that they unleashed a Variety 12 pack, and it costs $21.99 for this 12 pack. And it's 6% alcohol. Now, I'm not saying you go drink this, but I'm saying that I'm paying attention to the products and what they selling it for. A 12 pack, even if the cans are small, I know people are gonna gravitate towards that and try to go and grab it. So now they don't gotta have their Red Bull and their liquor on the side. They mixed into one. So a lot of people are gonna actually be trying this one, and I look forward to seeing what it's gonna be like. But let's get deeper on the research on this one. I had looked over, and this is the Moomoo Investing app. If you wanna get on that, the link is in the top of the description. I encourage you to go over there. But it says the Morningstar research price is saying that the fair value of this one is actually around $50, 57 to be exact. Just like what I was saying, when it come under the 65, we want to look at this one in the $50 range. And I'm bringing this to your attention because I want you to see it on the bottom, what to look for, and if it's starting to break out, what to look for, which I'll tell you in a second. But what do we like about this one in more recent times? Since they just recently expanded into alcohol, we like that they're starting to actually beat the earnings. They expected to make 2.1 billion, and then they made 2.19 billion. So they're making more money than they even thought they would after this expansion. And then we want to look at the balance sheet. Let's keep it simple. You got assets that make you money, and then you got liabilities that take money from you. When you look at their balance sheet, their assets is way bigger than their liabilities, meaning the tall bar is way bigger than that little small bar over there. So we like to see that this company is actually doing well with their investments that they make. And then last but not least, you want to look at the cash flow of the company. And we can see that their cash is up 20% since it was just a year ago. And every single quarter, it's been going up and up and up. Imagine this. Imagine that you're running a business and you thinking to yourself, man, I would love to invest into this. I would love to expand into that. But all of these things take cash. And they got more cash and more cash just flowing in for them to do the different things that they want to do. So I told you I'll give you a range that I'm looking at this one. First of all, if it come under 65, that's when we can make money on the way down and try to play it to the 50s. But what if it goes above 76? That's when we trying to play this one up to 81. This is not one of them stocks that just shoot up like crazy or drop down like crazy. This is one of the stocks that's more slow and steady. But those of you that have traded options or have gotten into really good stocks that are long-term growers, you know how much money you can make off of something that's slow and steady. Let me know what's slow and steady in your portfolio that has really been getting busy so everybody can see an example. But just to reiterate, this going above $76 is an easy play to about $81. I want to put you up on another one that I could see going crazy too. And we already just got into this one at about 109. I sent out the buy alert, but this one is now 128 and it's up 10% a day, but it's Robinhood. Robinhood is currently a $128 stock. However, the market cap of the whole company is worth about $115 billion. I could easily see this one being a $200 billion company or even a $250 billion company. But I want to put you up on some game right here at the bottom. It says beta, B-E-T-A, and it's a beta of 2.6. So what does that mean? If the overall market is moving up 1%, then that means this one is very likely to move up 2.6%. So it's going to move about 2.6 times faster than the overall market. But if the market is tanking down like crazy, that's when you go look at Robinhood. Because I told you in the past, if everybody's trying to find the hottest and best stocks, a lot of new people join Robinhood. Owning Robinhood is like owning the company that's selling shovels during a gold rush. Everybody's looking for gold, but you knocking it out of the park because you own the shovels. What am I looking at Robinhood? For the breakout to the upside, if I see it going above 135, I'm looking to play it to about 150. That's going to be a nice one. But if it can't break above that 135, I'm looking for it to come back into the 100 teens, right? Your 119, your 118. But either way, I will buy it down there or play the breakout to the upside. You know I got you with the alert, so make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the like button. But last but not least, I want to let you know about my plan on Bitcoin because I just did some more research on it and I summarized it nice and clean for you. Bitcoin is currently 91K. We just loaded up on even more when it was in the 80Ks. I sent out the buy alert on that as well. Shout out to KGU and the whole family. But Bitcoin, it says that at 91K, if it was to keep the trend that it was on the whole time that it existed, you know how Bitcoin is on like a 4-year cycle? They saying that it could reach 250 by about 2028 in that area, but it could reach 500K between about 2029 and 2031. Now, I know that seemed like a million years from now, but when you look back and you think to yourself, man, I wish I would have bought some Bitcoin in 2020 during the pandemic, family, we 5 years away from that. Time is flying. If you feel like time is flying, family, put a 1 in the chat. I can't wait to see you at the free webinar tomorrow. I'm ready and I'm locked and loaded to let you know what time it is, family. Let's get to it. The link is in the top of the description. I'll see you in the next one. And before you go, I'm thankful for you. And I want to ask you to hit the like button for your boy so the video gets out. I'll see you on the next one. Happy Thanksgiving and take care.